The body is the cleanest metaphor you have for how to run your life. It does not care about your moods. It does not negotiate with your stories. It runs, it adapts, and when something threatens its integrity, it mobilizes every resource without hesitation. Most people do not run their lives that way. They let a bad mood cancel a commitment. They let an excuse do the work of a reason. And then they wonder why the system produces inconsistent results. The body is a non-negotiable system. Life becomes dramatically more effective when you model your behavior, habits, and identity on the way the body already works. Consistent, interdependent, feedback-driven, and intolerant of self-deception. Hey there, it's me, Core, and you're listening to Exercising Consistency, from fitness to flourishing. Your circulatory system does not feel like pumping today. Your endocrine system does not procrastinate on hormone release. Your immune system does not sleep in when a pathogen arrives. Every system in your body behaves as if everything in its responsibility depends on it. Because it does. There is no internal negotiation about whether the liver has earned a rest day. There is no rationalization about why the kidneys deserve a break after a stressful week. The systems run because stopping would mean the collapse of the organism. Now, compare that to how most people approach their goals. They treat each domain of life as isolated. The workout gets skipped, but they tell themselves work was demanding. Sleep gets sacrificed, but they tell themselves they will catch up on the weekend. The difficult conversation gets postponed, but they tell themselves the timing is not right. None of these domains are isolated. Sleep affects energy. Energy affects focus. Focus affects execution. Execution affects results. Results affect identity. Break one link and the entire chain weakens. The body knows this. It runs every system simultaneously, continuously, without exception. Adopt that same standard for your own life. If one system fails, diagnose it. Do not pretend the rest can carry on unaffected. The body prefers steady, predictable rhythms over heroic bursts. Heart rate, respiration, digestion, and recovery all operate on cycles. They do not sprint for 3 days and then collapse for 2 weeks. They maintain. This is the opposite of how most people pursue change. They chase intensity, the motivational high, the big push, the dramatic transformation that starts on Monday and burns out by Thursday. Intensity without continuity produces flashes of progress that don't stick. The body demonstrates that consistency is the only scalable strategy. This is why the floor matters more than the ceiling. A minimum standard you can meet on your worst day trains the system to endure. A maximum ambition you can only meet on your best day trains the system to be erratic and unreliable. The body does not optimize for peak performance. It optimizes for continuity. Your life systems should do the same. The body tracks everything in real time. Oxygen saturation shifts and respiration adjusts. Blood sugar drops and hunger signals fire. A pathogen enters and the immune system deploys before you feel a symptom. There is no gap between detection and response. Most people ignore feedback until the system crashes. A manager notices rising tension on the team, but tells herself the project deadline is more important. 2 people end up quitting in the same week. A husband feels the small resentments accumulating, but suppresses them because the timing is never right to bring them up. A minor argument detonates into a separation. The signals were there, the response was absent. The body does not offer that error margin. Ignore thirst long enough and organs fail. Ignore a pathogen and infection spreads. The feedback is immediate and the adjustment is mandatory. This is what an honest self-audit demands. Reality reports. You either respond or you rationalize. The body does not rationalize. Neither should you. The body's non-negotiable system runs without permission, without motivation, and without exception. Your life should be modeled on the same principles. Interdependence. What you do in one domain affects every other domain. There are no isolated failures. There are only chains of consequence. Consistency. Steady, predictable rhythms over sporadic bursts. The floor over the ceiling. Continuity over intensity. Feedback. Read the data. Adjust immediately. Reality is the final judge. Ignoring the signal does not make it false. The body knows how to run an effective system. Emulate it. The body is already running the blueprint you keep searching for. It is interdependent, consistent, and brutally honest with its feedback. When you build your behavior around those same principles, you stop living as a cluster of disconnected goals and start functioning as a unified system with a single identity. Interdependence means nothing is isolated. Every choice echoes. Consistency means the floor, not the ceiling, determines your future. Feedback means reality is always reporting. Your job is to pay attention and respond. This is the model, not inspiration, not intensity, not the story you tell yourself about who you might become. The body shows you who you are willing to be every day through action, rhythm, and response. So, if you want a life that works, stop trying to outperform biology. Align with it. Build systems that run whether you feel like it or not. Make your habits as non-negotiable as your heartbeat. And let your identity be shaped by the one metaphor that never lies, the body in motion. You're not chasing consistency. You are exercising consistency, the way the body already does. To emulate the body's system and become the person who follows through on their most important goals, join the Act Score Challenge. That's it for today. Catch you next time.